In May of 2022, the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission notified the CERC terms and conditions for RECs for renewable energy generation regulations. The objective of these regulations was the development of power market from renewable energy sources in India through renewable energy certificates or RECs. This notification sets out the terms and conditions for issuing RECs, which is a market-based instrument that certifies that the bearer owns 1 megawatt hour of electricity generated from a renewable energy source. In today's video, we will talk about this certificate and how you as an RE generator can earn while trading this certificate. Now, the REC will be issued for electricity generated from renewable sources such as wind power, solar power, hydropower, biomass, biofuel, municipal waste, black liquor and other sources that are approved by the MNRE. Obligated entities can use the RECs to meet their renewable purchase obligations or RPOs. RECs are issued to RE generators that generate 1 megawatt of power into the grid. So, only those units that are connected with the grid will be eligible for registration and the issuance of RECs, but they need to have a minimum of 250 kilowatt of power generation capacity. These certificates can be used by the obligated entities to meet their RPO requirements. These can also be traded in the open market on the 3 energy exchange boards in the country. That is the India Energy Exchange Board Ltd, Delhi, the Power Exchange India Limited, Mumbai and the Hindustan Power Exchange Ltd. The price of RECs is determined by the supply and demand in the market. Now moving forward, there are 2 types of energy buyers in the market. The obligated entities like distribution companies, open access markets and industries consuming captive powers. And the second is the voluntary entities including corporations under CSR and individuals. Now, to understand how this REC works, we first need to understand what are renewable purchase obligations or RPOs. RPO is imposed on entities such as distribution companies to ensure that a certain percentage of their electricity is generated from renewable sources. Under the Electricity Act of 2003, the SERCs have fixed a minimum percentage of total consumption in the area of a distribution licensee for the purchase of energy from renewable sources. Now, there are 2 types of renewable energy certificates, solar and non-solar RECs. The following entities must conform to the rules stated in the notification to be eligible for issuance of the RECs. The renewable energy generation stations, captive generating stations based on RE sources and the distribution licensees and open access consumers. Now coming to the process of registration. The registration process for eligible entities with state agency will include the accreditation of the entities that are connected to the intra-state transmission system by the RLDC of the region where the eligible entities are located. So in the registration process, the first step will be the registration with the state agencies. The requirement for accreditation varies from state to state, but the applicant will need to provide information about their renewable energy project, the capacity, its location. Once the applicant has ensured that their plant meets the eligible criteria, he or she can apply for accreditation with the concerned state agency responsible for managing renewable energy in the concerned state. One can also apply to the CERC after fulfilling the requirements for the accreditation, which may vary from state to state. Still, one will need to provide information about their renewable energy project such as the type of project, the capacity, the location, etc. The CERC will issue the renewable energy certificate within 60 days of receiving the application. Now, one can also register with the national agency, that is the National Load Dispatch Center, after accreditation with the state agency. To register with the authority, you will need to submit an application and provide the following information: your name and contact details, name and address of the renewable energy project, the type of renewable energy source that the project uses, the capacity of the project, the date on which the project was commissioned, other licenses and approvals that will be needed by the renewable energy project. This will depend on the type of renewable energy business. The standard licenses and documents needed will include the business registration, registration with the REC, the AOA and the MOA, GST registration, MSME registration, pollution NOC, CEIG approval and fire NOC. Now, we all can agree that there will be a substantial demand for renewable energy in the future. Renewable energy sources such as solar and wind are becoming increasingly affordable. Businesses using renewable energy can save on their energy bills, and their shift to renewable energy may be seen as an environment-friendly practice that can improve their public image as well. But the growing trend in this segment will also mean that there will be increased pressure for compliances with the applicable regulations by the government. Many states are also offering incentives to various companies that can make their business renewable energy friendly. These incentives can help the companies expand into new markets as well. Renewable energy has become crucial as India has started to face challenges of climate change and energy security. The trade in RECs is expected to grow in the coming years, and so will the need for businesses that generate renewable energy as more and more countries and companies commit to reducing their carbon emissions. However, there are various other legalities involved while setting up an RE plant, and the entrepreneur will need a series of licenses and approvals as mentioned in the video. This is a perfect opportunity for green entrepreneurs to enter the RE segment and build a sustainable and a highly profitable business. So if you are planning of starting any such business, contact our business setup, licensing and compliance experts at Enterclimate and get started with your business setup journey. So that was all for today's video. Thank you for watching.